going on, Jerome's? So I figured we have to address the elephant in the room that's going on amongst Vikings fans of slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. Seattle's quarterback, looking really damn good. Frankly, playing like an MVP. Seattle's looking like a freaking train right now. 7-2 taking on the Rams. Hopefully Sam Darnold can finally beat the Rams. Yeah. And, of course, last season, Sam Darnold basically resurrected his career with Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. Sam Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, damn straight. And we even said it at the time. We were all in. Like, after the Packers win week 17 and the Darnold shower, and you're thinking, okay, he's a franchise quarterback. You hope that J.J. McCarthy is going to be this good. All right, and frankly, if Darnold had finished out the season on a high note, he probably would be here, right? But Week 18, and I've said, I'm more upset about Week 18 than the wild card game in Arizona, where Week 18, people piss and moan about McCarthy being, he completed 50% of his passes, 18-41 against a banged-up Lions defense. Just completely airmailing everything in the red zone. Bitch and moan about McCarthy's accuracy in his fourth career NFL start. What about Sam Darnold in the most important game of his NFL career at that point? Right, 1 seed on the line. Could it go 15-2, 15-4, 15-6? No. I'm still really upset about this game, right? And I think that this is the reason why, these two games are the reason why Sam Darnold wasn't extended here with the Vikings or franchise tag. Because if the Vikings had wanted to keep Darnold, they easily could have done it, right? But they decided to roll with the kid, future franchise guy. Sparks of brilliance are there, just need more consistency. And that's what you signed up for. What did you expect? Did you want him to be an all-pro right out of the assembly line? Oh, but look at Drake May. Look at Drake May last year. There's going to be some growing pains. Everybody knows that. The only people who expect J.J. McCarthy to be as good as 8-year Pro Bowl NFL veteran Sam Darnold are delusional. Like, you're going to be upset either way. Well, we talked about the bell curve of fans. Like, there's a section of the fan base that is only upset when they're upset, or only happy when they're upset. Right? It's like expecting Adam Thielen to come back and be 2017, 2018 Adam Thielen. Yeah. But here's the what if. Like, what if instead of letting Darnold go to Seattle, the Vikings had ran it back with Sam Darnold, either franchise tag or giving him a similar 3-year, $100 million contract with the Seahawks? Well, a couple things would happen. Number one, the Vikings would not have the cap space to sign, say, Will Fries, his 5-year, $88 million deal, Javon Hargrave or Jonathan Allen, and Zay Rodgers. They probably wouldn't have done that. Well, Zay Rodgers lately, but also, they probably wouldn't have been able to re-sign Murph because, again, Darnold's not playing for free. So it would have taken up a big chunk of the cap, and it would have altered the plans that the Vikings had. J.J. McCarthy, rookie deal, stack up the Avengers around him, and go from there. And then, what would happen start of the season, if you remember, the offensive line was not great to start the season. Mainly a lot of injuries. Christian Darrisaw, first couple of games, was out. So Justin frickin' School would have been watching Sam Darnold's back. Donovan Jackson had the wrist surgery. Brian O'Neill had that MCL. Ryan Kelly, obviously, with the concussions. So it's safe to say Darnold is succeeding in Seattle because their offensive line is looking really good. And when the Vikings had really good protection, so was Darnold's really good as well, like part and parcel. Where Darnold is, again, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but Darnold is definitely more affected by pressure than most quarterbacks. All quarterbacks are, right? But more than most. It's almost like Kirk Cousins a little bit, where Darnold's quarterback rating last year dropped 24.5 points when pressured. Completion rate dropped 22.7%. Half of his interceptions were under duress, so it's no good. No good. So what would happen is that Darnold will struggle behind the bad offensive line. Maybe he serves up a couple meatballs. Maybe he becomes Ginger Jesus yet again. And Vikings fans will be like, boo, boo, waste of money. Boo, boo. We couldn't sign Will Fries and Zay Rodgers and Javon Hargrave because of you. Boo. That's exactly what would have happened. You could say, like, whoa, no, it'd be different. No, that's exactly what would have happened. So Darnold would have struggled the first couple of games of the season, and then you would have the simmering tension between J.J. McCarthy and Slinging Sam Darnold, where, especially since reports are coming out that the two weren't especially close. So that tension would build. The Vikings fans would be champing at the bit for J.J. McCarthy, and then it would have been a mess. Now, would Darnold have pulled out of it? Sure. I mean, he's America's quarterback, right? And would the Vikings have gotten things together, especially when the offensive line got together? Sure. But also, saying that the Vikings would be 7-2, 8-1, 9-0, I don't think that's correct, because there would have been offensive line issues to start. Also, Darnold does not play run defense, so he wouldn't have stopped Kenneth Gainwell. He wouldn't have stopped Kamani frickin' Vidal, right? So overall, would things be much different? I don't think so. I just think that there would be way more tension. There would be a divided locker room, like some players supporting Sam, of course, some players wanting J.J. McCarthy, and the fan base would be split as well. And so you'd be stuck with a premium quarterback contract on the books. You would be out, really nice pieces like Will Fries and Isaiah Rodgers. Hargrave is also here, and Jonathan Allen. Nah. But I don't know. Obviously, it's hindsight. Obviously, it's Monday morning quarterback and everything like that. But I just don't see that working out very good. I don't think that Darnold would have been the be all end all. But glad he's doing well in Seattle, man. Love to see it. They got a great defense, as well as the offensive line is performing phenomenally in front of him. But Jackson Smith and Jigba should be Offensive Player of the Year. But I don't know, it's the regular season, right? And again, the reason why Darnold is not here is because of this and because of this, right? That's exactly it. But I wish him well, except for Week 13, and also if and when we meet in the playoffs. So there we go. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. What if the Vikings brought back Darnold? I don't think he'd be the magic bullet. Nah. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skol. Production value.